Alright, welcome back to our Game Maker tutorial. Today we are going to be making a new enemy for our game. So first off, we're going to need two new sprites, and this will be really quick. I just want you to show what we're going to be doing is making a enemy that shoots a fireball upwards, okay? So I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Yeah, right here, and I'm going to want this. Wait. Do I want to reverse these? I think that I'm going to want to reverse these, so give me a second. I hope this looks the way I want it to. Of course, I can always just modify something in there. And then we'll just come over here to yellow. And then, boom. I'm going to call these things fire pots. Because when I originally made the tech demo for this game, that's what I called them. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is just a remake of a game that I made at this camp, and like, it was a pretty advanced game. Well, for Game Maker, not really. It wasn't really that advanced of a game, but like, it was definitely something you could learn a lot about Game Maker from. You know, it's got like a lot of like, you know, weird off the wall stuff for it that you wouldn't expect. And we're gonna file, save as firepot, and then we're just gonna select all this, get rid of it, blank sprite, right? I sure hope so. And then we're just gonna boom. This is gonna be a fireball if you didn't notice. So how do I yeah, and then wah wah whoop da da. I'm so good at making artwork in Paint, you guys don't even know. I don't know what to do as a second color. Okay, we'll just make it yellow. There we go. File, save as, fireball. Okay, so we're gonna bring in our two sprites. We're gonna need our fire pot, open, of course, name it what it's gonna be named, and when, of course, we need to go re-edit it because this thing is retarded. And then we're gonna go load sprite. What am I calling? Oh yeah, I need to load it first. Fireball, open, fireball, and because of how it's color keyed in, need to go back to Paint. File. Yep, not fireball. File, fire pot. Zoom in right here, and we're just gonna, change a single pixel down here. It's gonna look a little weird, but it should be better now. Load sprite, fire pot. Okay, there we go. Fixed it because the color king had to add a little white there, because the pixel color it color keys out is the one from the bottom left hand corner. You remember that. So when you make a sprite, if that color's, if like the color of the character comes out in the bottom left hand corner, delete that bottom pixel, so that way it knows not to color key that. So we're gonna create our object, and it's gonna be our first we're gonna need this fireball object. And it's gonna be like a lot of our other objects, and it's just gonna be the sprite, and it's gonna be solid. That's it. That's all our fireball object is. Actually, no, that's not it. What's gonna happen is these fire pots every like second and a half are gonna shoot a fireball up. Okay. So, poo, 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 okay? I'm just going to shoot these fireballs. So every time I created, they got to start moving up, right? At a speed of, let's say 12. Okay? I want to create it. Now see, if he's shooting off every second and a half, we need to delete them eventually, right? They need to go away. Because eventually, if they shoot off every half second and a half, eventually what's going to happen is so many of them are going to be you're going to run out of RAM. Like, this will take like hours and hours to do though, but it's still clean because you're not going to have any memory leaks from this. So add event collision. No, that's not. Yeah, no, we do want to do a collision. When this collides with the wall, what do we want it to happen? Well, we want to delete this. Okay, so we're going to come over here to the objects tab and right click the delete, destroy instance. Instance means destroy this object. Okay, so we have all those created. Now, what do we want to do? Well, we're going to go to we're going to start making our fire pot. So we're going to come here into our object, and I hate how it comes out too big for me. how this little tab here comes out. Too large. Anyways, so enter, and I hate it how it does that as well. It's all kinds of stupid in my opinion. And we're gonna give it the fire pot sprite, and it's gonna be solid. And we're going to first add an event. When this creates, what do we want to happen? Well, what we want to happen is we need to set a timer, or how GameMaker calls them, alarms. Now, you need to understand frame rate with GameMaker. Its alarms don't run on seconds; it runs on the frame rate, and you set your constant frame rate in the game, and it's default set to 30. So every 30 frames, if the timer was set to 30, this what we want to happen would happen. So when it creates, we want to set this alarm. Okay, so we're gonna set the alarm steps, number of steps here. That is the that's the number of frames that pass. So we're gonna set it to 45. Every second and a half, this is gonna go off, and it's gonna be set to alarm number 0. So we're gonna add event alarm 0. When alarm 0 goes off, what do we want to happen? Well, we want to create a fireball and we want to create the fireball. And when the fireball is created, it'll start moving up. So what will happen is we're going to come over here to the objects, right click, create instance. It's just this, it's the one for the electron. And we're going to create the fireball. Now, when we create this fireball, where is it going to be at? Well, we want it to spawn where the fire pot is. So we're going to have it spawn by checking relative. It's going to spawn relative to where the fire pot is. Okay? That makes sense. Now, we'll come over here into our test level 2. I'll get rid of this block, and we're going to add our fire pot, right? Now, we're going to run our game. So, shoots our fireball. But now we wait a little bit longer. Nothing happens. The fireball doesn't shoot again. Now, why is that? Why doesn't our fireball shoot again? Well, we didn't set the alarm again, because this alarm only goes off after 45 frames and doesn't go off again. So we're gonna come back to our fire pot. So when this shoots the fireball, what do we want to happen? Well, we want it to shoot again. So we'll come over here to our, what's this thing? What is it called? Oh, sorry. We need to go back to our alarms. I need to find them. Where are they at? We need to set our alarm again. We need to set it. We need to set it back to 45. Now, if we set it back to 45 again, it will be after the first 45 frames. So we need to set it relative to the last one. So a second and a half again, it'll shoot again. Okay? So we're going to check relative. We're good to go. So we have that. Now, we want it so when you collide with the fireball, you die, right? So we're just going to exit out of the room. We're going to save our changes to level. I'm going to have it so when the player at event collision with the fireball, we're going to, just because we have it in here, we're going to copy both of these over, because the same thing happens when you hit the turtles, and paste them in here. Now, we also need to make sure what happens when he collides with the fire pot, because right now he can go through the fire pot and down the floor. So add event collision with the fire pot, and we're just going to have him stop moving, just like our wall. So that's now our fire pot mechanics in. Is there something I'm missing? I feel like there's something I'm missing. So we hit him here, and oh, it killed us. So shoots. Ah, I remember what I was missing. Those fireballs look a little slow. So we're going to modify them to shoot 15, is it? 15 seems like a good one. That's still a little slow. Let's give them... Let's just give it a speed of 20. Then we run it. Yep, that's good. Right there. So now we've added so you can start creating objects. Like, so at runtime, you can start moving your... You can, like, make bullets. This is the basic mechanic for adding bullets so you can shoot. This is the it's the basic mechanic for shooting. It's so you can create stuff at runtime. It's like you could create random of these guys at while the program's running if you wanted to, but you got to make sure you delete them, because eventually it's a memory leak in the program. Even though they're off the screen not being used, we're still checking against they're still being played. It's no good. You just need to make sure that you delete them. Okay, I'm sorry if that's a little vague, but you need to add that instance where they're destroyed when they hit something, or they go out of screen, which I'll show you that too. You know, if you wanted them not to delete when they hit the wall, what we could do is go to our fireball, and instead of collision with wall, we could add event other, and I think it's outside room. That's when it leaves the room. That's when it leaves the scene. When it leaves the camera portion of the scene that you can see. But I don't want to go into that right now. So we've added a new little enemy. See, now we can start making more levels. I actually add a little bit of depth to them. You can like make it so they have timing that they have to get through. All kinds of cool stuff like that. And I think next tutorial we'll get into variables and making these guys' image split, the ones that move back and forth when you're playing. But for right now, I think we're good. I'll see you guys later.